Hey, it's Age here, and today we're taking a look at Netflix. Now, Netflix again is on Nasdaq and it has had a huge losses in the last half a year. So let's get a look into the markets, how it's behaving and what kind of counts and things can we look forward to it. So here I've got a certain number of weeklies and monthlies basically, and I didn't bother going to dailies as this asset is really old already and currently is in a free falling mode. So most likely none of the dailies are going to be holding, and we're looking for larger time frame structures that can be acting as resistance. Let's check out the daily. So we had established a weekly on this area here. Bring out the volume profile as well. We have a point of control of this highest range here around that weekly as well, that last consolidation area before this last huge drop. The next support coming in around, well, currently where we are at the moment, so around this 220 something area. A small bump in volume with a weekly here at 220. The next bump is around 195. Compared to the rest below us, these really small ones could be neglected completely and the price could just fall down further. Now major supports are coming in at at $96. We got a monthly close to it around at 90, but $95 is something to definitely look at if we are coming down and closing below all these weeklies. Currently I don't see us going there at the very least without a retracement, but you know, anything could happen, and overall we can see that the bumps we saw around here just are not even visible on a larger time frame. Largest volume again was traded back here at the early 2000s, with major amounts of the volume used back here for the accumulation for this whole run. Now the major corrections that Netflix has had has been 78% around the 04, 83% at, well, starting from the July 2011, and this current correction that we've had now around 67%, a bit more at the moment, 68 now. So keeping that in mind, I've got some kind of count here for you. This 3-4 somehow does not really fit the idea, so instead of being a 3-4 it could be something else. This would more likely suggest to be in 1-2 of some kind, but we already have a nested pattern here saying that 1-2 1-2 1-2, so these are possible counts. They're not overlapping with the bonds, so we don't need to set another 1-2 down here. So this is the least bullish option, I guess, to show you currently. I placed again 1-2 intermediary here. There's no real high pullbacks around this area, so it is really weird to see and show these kind of numbers. Although on arithmetic scale, again, this was another 55%, definitely not 55%. There we go, 34% drop for the wave 2, which is definitely small compared to any other market, I guess, but definitely possible. It looks like it is still coming down to 20 now. Oh boy, oh boy. But yeah, 3-4-5 into a third of cycle, meaning that we're going to be in for a large correction in price and in time. As I've labeled this as 1-2 of cycle, this only took so long, 266 days, compared to this whole structure, we definitely would like to see a larger correction time-wise this time. But however, currently this price action seems to be really impulsive downwards, and if any correction could be labeled here, I'm thinking more of a zigzag correction and not a flat. A flat is one that could be suited more for the wave 4, as it is more time consuming, but it is not as violent, saying, in price. We already had some kind of a zigzaggy looking structure, really impulsive, really short, and really harsh correction here around the 04s, but I would be expecting something else here. Now if this is again a zigzag, I would be expecting a WXY pattern overall forming here, and this would be a long let's have a guess here. Yeah, so this could be multi-year correction here coming up. The 0.5 of this move from 2 to 3, 0.5, half the time used would be 2030s. Just think about that for a second. That's a long time to wait for a correction to happen. Maybe it's time to look for other possibilities here. Possibly, but there is also possibilities in this kind of charts if we recognize the patterns. Now, of course, we have some channels. These are again, the pink one is for the cycle one, or cycle wave degree. If it comes down to the low and breaks it, we would be, or around here even now, we would be looking for wave 4. However, this has taken so little time that I wouldn't think that it is actually the end of 4, therefore creating a larger complex pattern taking more time. For the 5th wave, we actually went from the 4th to the over the top line here, creating an overthrow and then coming back, and this was the place to short Netflix around 525. For the current correction, let's go to daily so we can see some kind of structure here. Let's take the volume profile off for a while. This is something that I would think. We can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into 1 here, a small correction to 2, again compared to this impulsive structure here. For the 1, the wave 2 is really small. After that we get another huge gap down and another gap that we did not fill around this area here. We only half filled it, so that has to be kept in mind. Let's mark this as gap. I placed wave 4 here as I couldn't place a 5-wave structure into here. The original idea I had is that we had a move here, another move here, and move here. The wave B would be fine. It comes down to this area is 1.236, so it would be perfect for either a running flat or a expanded flat. But the wave C here, or the 3rd wave, would need to be a 5-wave structure, and I just can't get 5 waves in here. The 5th would need to be smaller than 3rd, which is true, but the 4th is actually larger than the 2, so even the diagonal possibility is not present here. If we still want to place the 4th here, then this whole correction needs to be a complex correction, and I wouldn't blame that just because of thinking that we might have a 1, 2 here. Now if we are zooming in a bit, we could be arguing that this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, saying that this is already 1 here and we have this running flat here as well, and at that point saying that wave 4 would be here is just fine. Again, there's alteration between the corrections, so be my guest and pick one of them. After that though, having the 4 here, creating structure here is a bit difficult. Sure, we can have a diagonal here. Let's just make sure that well, again, wave 2 had to be placed something like that here. Too many levels here, so we only need the one-to-one extension here. So what I'm measuring is the possibility of having some kind of this kind of structure here. So again, one-to-one meaning third is larger than the first, which is fine. Then at that point we would need fifth to be larger than a third, and it is. At that point we can already see clearly that fourth is larger than second, so this is possible for having a diagonal here. Again, that would need to be downgraded as this larger wave count is minute. This can't be minuet as the price kept continuing going down, so this is most likely sub minuet, saying that we have something like this as in, not that one, but in minuet. Now again, another gap formed here on the open and seems to be going way more down, and we would be looking at a third wave somewhere. Let's take a quick look at where could we expect this train to stop. And these are the targets for the minuet count. So again, we already hit the 1.618, so we could be done here. Let's have a look at, well, we don't see much because of the gap here. So yeah, probably need another day to see even possibility of seeing a third, fourth and fifth to form. On a larger time frame, let's check that out as well. Let's say that this is 1, 2, third already extended so much, almost to the 3.618, that fifth does not need to be extended at all. However, as we see, it is extending if we are placing the fourth here, and we can be expecting, let's take a look, we can probably just look at like that, and this would be my new targets. So 1.618 here. Obviously there's other possibilities of how to measure this wave 5, but obviously as wave 5 is extending, the inverse wave 4 target 1.618 is definitely not an option. So I would be expecting somewhere around these levels here, around the 120s to 160s for the wave 3. Maybe then we can see some kind of structure here. I'm going to set an alarm here. But again, this target, the 1.618, is for the fifth wave, while the light green targets are for the third wave. Again, we are leaving behind some gaps to form, or gaps to be filled, so hopefully at some point this will be filled and we don't leave them here. There has been loads of gaps on Netflix, and as you see, wherever we scroll, there has been gaps all the way. What is the lowest one? I think this one here. Where's my rectangle do tool? Here. So around here. another one here. But yeah, there's plenty of gaps to be filled here on this chart. So, but again, expecting lower. Now, when the 5 waves is completed here, what is going to be happening? Again, 5 waves is the start of something. So, as we can't parry up with this guy here, we would be expecting 3 waves up. Whether it comes to all-time highs and creates a flat, or even the 90% retracement, it would invalidate this 5 wave structure here. Now, if it doesn't get up even close to that number, we could be getting something like this. Now, this is a zigzag pattern and would be just be labeled ABC, and after forming the 5th wave and we are seeing some kind of structure upwards with the B wave, we would be looking for 3 waves here. And let's say that it ends around this 1.618, we would be expecting around these areas to be filled. So around the 0.5 to the golden pocket, where we are expecting another bounce down for. And that would be another impulsive wave structure down, bringing us way lower. Again, that would be one-to-one extension of the A wave. But yeah, I think that's all I want to share for Netflix. If you have another idea where this might be going, let me know down in the comments. Or if you have another coin you would like me to analyze, or a stock, again, let me know. But for now, I thank you for watching, and hopefully see you on another video. Bye bye.